Masal Herman Kiev, greetings to you, your audience, and Ramadan Karam. Of course, Mr. President Zelensky visiting Washington today, just due to the fact that last several weeks, whole world probably see these quarrels between United States of America and Ukraine about the deal for earth rare minerals, and there were a lot of accusations according towards Ukraine from Donald Trump and his surrounding. But nevertheless, several days ago, we received confirmation that the deal will be. After that, it was a meeting between President Trump and Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, actually yesterday, where he decided not to respond to the question about Zelensky as a dictator. He President Trump joked that, oh, I don't say so, and immediately asked for another question. As for the NATO, we should understand that Donald Trump is the opponent of NATO. It's a very important moment because Donald Trump sharply criticized NATO, and there is a rumors that he want to see his country out of the NATO, withdraw from the NATO. And in that connection, talking about Ukraine and NATO, when he make a parallel pressure on NATO, it's hard to imagine. Nevertheless, of course, in Donald Trump understanding, the reason of this war is Ukraine and NATO. But just one question: if Russia so afraid NATO, why Russia agree with Finland membership in NATO? 1,200 kilometers of border between Russia and Finland. The second Russian city, St. Petersburg, situated not far away from Finland. And Russia say, okay, no problem, that NATO near our borders. But as for Ukraine, Russia say no, and it's one explanation. Russia lived in the thoughts of empire, Russian Empire, of Soviet Union, Soviet Empire, when Ukraine was a part of it. That's why they are not ready to see Ukraine in other union or in some other team. Russia wants Ukraine to be with them. And Ukraine don't want to be with NATO. That's the main point.
Okay. Mr. Yuas, given the rare mineral deal, what strategic advantages does this agreement brings to Ukraine, and how might it affect relations with Russia?
Small story of rare mineral or earth rare mineral. This topic no one discussed till October 2024. But the months before president election in US, Ukraine understand that we need something to interest Donald Trump in supporting Ukraine. And the topic of earth rare minerals appeared. So we write it in the agenda of our victory plan of President Zelensky of victory of Ukraine, where we say that, that if Ukraine will win, it open a lot of opportunities to our partners, including rare earth minerals, and the United States of America can receive benefits in it. Even in October, before Trump winning, some people say that this point, as another chapter of this plan about substitution of US soldiers by Ukrainian soldiers in Europe, was written directly to Donald Trump. Ukraine understands that he probably can win. That's why we prepared for his victory. Now, several months after his victory and more than months after inauguration, Donald Trump decided to make success from the talks and make this deal. We see this quarrels, as I said before, during this deal, but now today there will be not whole deal signed. I try to emphasize that the document that everyone saw yesterday, it looks like a memorandum, but not a deal. The deal will be after that. Nevertheless, Donald Trump needs victory, and he presents this deal as his victory. As for Ukraine, we need to say to our partners, and of course to Ukrainian people, that the United States of America will be with us. That supporting Ukraine becomes the interest of the United States of America. Make as more shareholders of your victory as you can, and you receive this victory. What Ukraine actually done. Thank you.
So Trump has expressed confidence in a peace agreement between Ukraine and Russia. What role do you see for the US in ensuring Ukraine's security in such an agreement?
Of course, without the United States of America support, it will be very hard to Ukraine and to hold Europe, because Europe really needs United States of America. And now, with this deal that will be signed today, the Russians start to understand that United States of America start to receive direct interest in Ukraine. And United States of America, as Donald Trump said yesterday during meeting with Keir Starmer, that Ukraine lost a lot of territory, but we try to help them return as much as we can. It's a direct hint to Russia that either they go to the peace agreement, or quite possible, United States of America give to Ukraine even more weapons than we received before. And the strategic point is simple, that Ukraine should by force return all this land. It will be very hard. Nevertheless, the fact that Ukraine will be with US, that European countries will be with Ukraine, so our allies remain, plus now Russia, that have parallel talks with the United States of America, and by this move towards US, Russia create a problem to themselves, problem with China. How China will react on this close relationship between Russia and Trump administration? I don't think that China will be glad. So as for me, the strategic position of Russia seriously weakened, because Russia survived mainly due to good relationship with China for those 3 years of sanctions pressure on it. And now China can ask Russia question, are you with us or no? And if you're not with us, probably we will not help you. And for Russia, it will be a big problem, a problem that actually can help the Ukraine to return our land. Thank you.
President Trump recently criticized Zelensky's leadership. How does this rhetoric impact Ukraine's political landscape and its relations with the United States?
Of course, in Ukraine, we are not glad of the critics, but a lot of people said, guys, it's a talks, it's a negotiation about this agreement about rare minerals. So when these talks take place, Trump criticized Ukraine. Trump said about 4% rating of President Zelensky. Trump says that he is a dictator. So it was a lot of accusations. But as soon as deal was complete, and today probably will be signing, Donald Trump at 180 degrees changed his statement, and now he said that, oh, I didn't say so. Whole world see how he made the statement, but yesterday he said that no, it was not me. And now actually in Ukraine we understand simple moment that Trump is predictable, unpredictable, meaning that we know that he will be an unpredictable person, and we should understand through this prism what he's talking about. We should understand that he has a lot of emotional statement, and that is emotions. And one thing is the emotion, and the horse of another color, his deeds, and that is more important. That's why in Ukraine we understand that better not to react, but we'll see what he actually doing. Thank you.
With NATO membership now uncertain, what is Ukraine's alternative strategy for securing long-term security guarantees from the West?
First of all, it's the deal with the United States of America about status of the main ally of the United States without NATO. We know that several countries have such a status. For example, Qatar received it in 2022. So Ukraine probably try to get such a status. Second, talking about the European forces. Ukraine understands that Europe, especially after some tension between Europe and European Union and Trump, want to build European forces for decreasing dependence on the United States of America. And Ukraine, of course, could be a good part of that European forces. It's another way of getting our security guarantee. So that's why we have several scenarios, and much will depend on the course of events, because we don't know what relationship will be between Trump and the Brussels, between Washington and Brussels, and so we will see. But at least, as I said, status of the main ally of US without NATO and European forces, at least two very good scenarios for Ukraine.